You might know Kobe Bryant as a clutch performer who hit more game-winning shots than any other player in the history of the NBA. And won 2 Finals MVP awards. But did you know he was also an Oscar winner and a best-selling author?
The Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day.
Kobe was the greatest player of all time and a basketball genius. And his legacy is as remarkable as his 20-year career with the Los Angeles Lakers. From his days as the son of a former NBA player who moved to Italy at the age of 6 to his devotion to philanthropy, we're diving into 10 things that made Black Mamba one of the most fascinating and inspiring personalities to ever rock the court. Number 10. Bean Bryant. Kobe Bryant's name has a juicy backstory that's sure to sizzle. So it all began with his parents being wowed by Japanese Kobe steak at a Philly restaurant. They were so impressed by the beef that they decided to name their future son after it. But Kobe actually wasn't a fan of the meat connection and even went as far as suing the town of Kobe in Japan. Well, his legal shenanigans led to the town changing its name, leaving us all wondering what it is now. But that's not all. Kobe's middle name, Bean, is another head-scratcher. Turns out his dad, who was also a basketball player, picked up the nickname Jelly Bean during his time with the Philadelphia 76ers, and he passed it on to his son. But despite this flavorful name, it strangely didn't make it onto Kobe's official documents. Number 9. Fluent in Italian language and soccer lover. Now, when his dad Joe switched from the NBA to the Italian League, the whole family moved to Italy. And living in Italy for 8 years, Kobe picked up the language as if he were a native. Even though Italian wasn't necessary to live in the United States, he became a fluent bilingual at a very young age.
Le cose così, però ritornerò sicuramente in Italia per aiutare i giovani.
Alongside, he also grew a big love for soccer, and his number 1 team was AC Milan. So, while his dad was shooting hoops for various teams in the country, Bryant was kicking it with Italian soccer and rooting hard for AC Milan. He openly confessed his love for the team, saying Milan has always been his favorite squad. He also shared that he had an AC Milan t-shirt and scarf inside his locker in Los Angeles, and that he used to see them every day. Number 8. NBA journey. Talking of his NBA career, Kobe Bryant's NBA story started with a crazy turn of events. His passion for basketball ignited when he was barely 2 years old, and by the time he hit 3, he was already learning all the hoops action from the NBA tapes. And sure enough, he made it big, getting drafted by the NBA and becoming the 3rd youngest player ever to hit the court. Drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, he got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. That switch-up ended up shaping basketball history big time, and his years with the Lakers turned him into the face of the team. Right from the get-go, Kobe shook things up by being the 17-year-old high school guard to get drafted straight into the NBA. Even though he was a young gun in a league of experienced pros, Kobe showed off his insane skills and quickly made a name for himself as a top talent. But let's not forget his love for the Philadelphia Eagles. Kobe repped his team hard, even in the heart of LA. Sure, Ram fans might have been bummed, but you gotta respect his loyalty to the Eagles. Number 7. His music career. But alongside the NBA, he had his eyes on another game, rapping. Back in 1998, Kobe wasn't satisfied with just being a basketball icon. He wanted to drop rhymes too. Bringing his high school rap battle skills to the table, he signed with Sony Entertainment, all set to release his album, Visions. But the album's first single, called Kobe, never hit the airwaves, and that was the end of Kobe's rap dream. Fast forward to 2016, when Kobe traded the court for retirement. He didn't just walk away quietly. Instead, he poured his heart out in a poem called Dear Basketball. This emotional trip down memory lane, tracing his love for the game since he was a kid.
After every loose ball for you,
turned into a short film with Disney legend Glenn Keane's animated touch. And it snagged the 2018 Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film, giving Kobe's stellar career the perfect grand finale. Now, back in high school, Kobe Bryant had a charismatic personality, so he showed off his charm big time, like scoring the ultimate prom date. At 17, he swooped in and asked out the famous singer Brandy, whom he met at the 1996 Essence Awards. And she said yes, as she missed out on her own prom, just because she got the chance to shine at Kobe's side. The whole prom thing turned out to be a lucky break for both of them, and their friendship lasted long after that night. Kobe even played the role of a basketball player on Brandy's show, Moesha. Number 5. Parents missing out on his wedding. But in 2001 at 23, Kobe Bryant tied the knot with Vanessa Lane, his sweetheart since 1999. Their whirlwind romance led to an engagement after just 6 months of dating, and 2 years later they said, "I do." Sadly, Bryant's parents and sisters didn't make it to the wedding. His dad wasn't keen on the marriage because Kobe was young, and Vanessa was from a different background. Having that Latina spice can have a man do crazy things. But despite the family drama, Kobe was married to Vanessa, and their bond lasted over 19 years until his sudden passing. Number 4. Legendary jersey numbers. And did you know this legend also pulled off a one-of-a-kind feat in the NBA? He's the only player with not one but 2 retired jersey numbers for the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, you heard that right. Both number 8 and number 24 are now etched in basketball history to honor Kobe's epic run with the Lakers. First, he rocked the number 8 jersey, hustling hard to prove himself and leave his mark on the game. Then, before the 2006-07 season, he went for a major switch and chose to rep the number 24 for the rest of his legendary career. Now, with both number 8 and number 24 retired, those jerseys hang high up in the rafters. They are a lasting reminder of Kobe's legacy in the basketball world. Just like he owned the court, his numbers own the spotlight. Number 3. The GOAT encounter. And guess what? Kobe Bryant actually racked up more points in his career than Jordan did. Yeah, really. Bryant outscored Jordan, the same Michael Jordan who is the best basketball player ever. Jordan cooked up his own sneaker line with Nike, making big bucks and breaking records. Nike's still churning out fresh designs, and the deal is one of the fattest in sports history. Now, most people would get tongue-tied meeting NBA great Michael Jordan, but not Bryant. In the book 11 Rings, The Soul of Success, legendary coach Phil Jackson spilled the beans that when Kobe first met Jordan before a game in the 1999-2000 season, the fearless Bryant said, "You know, I could kick your ass one-on-one," showing he was always hungry to be the best. They always went toe-to-toe every time they played. Of course, Kobe knew who was the boss, and learning from him was the best thing that could have ever happened to the NBA sports. Number 2. One of the richest athletes of all time's first shoe wasn't Nike. Along with being the best of all time, this legend was also one of the wealthiest athletes ever. He had a net worth of around $600 million. Right before Kobe got drafted into the NBA, Adidas waved a massive 6-year, $48 million deal in his face, which gave birth to the famous KBH shoe. At 17, that's hard to turn down. Although his start with Adidas was kind of meh, Kobe's second season rocketed him to stardom in the Kobe 2 kicks. Then teaming up with Nike in 2003, Kobe cashed in on endorsements with big names like McDonald's, Nutella, and Sprite. The money legacy he left behind proves he's one of the richest athletes ever to grace the game. Number 1. He was a philanthropist, but with all that money, he still had a heart of gold. During Kobe's ballin' days, he was all about giving back. And he scored some major points with the fans, on and off the court. His charity game was strong, and it really connected with people on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. One of his biggest wins was teaming up for Stand Up to Cancer, raising over $80 million for research. Then there were his hoop dreams with NBA Cares, building home courts and helping out with food and reading. He even went above and beyond for the Boys and Girls Club, showing off his skills and heart at their basketball camps. And let's not forget his moves with the Make-A-Wish crew, bringing joy to sick kids and showing them that heroes come in all forms. Kobe Bryant has risen from high school phenom to NBA superstar, with a career marked by brilliance and a mindset driven by Mamba mentality. This king of the hardwood wore his medals with pride and kept his memory alive in NBA history. And just like one of his free throws, we're ending it smoothly. Catch you in the next chapter for more stories like Kobe.